welcome back to Quality Connect's YouTube channel. My name is Trevor, and this is Andrew Wellwood, the founder of Quality Connect, and we're going to be talking about the benefits of infill housing. So here's a quick quote from Gary Keller, author of The One Thing: "Time on a task over time eventually beats talent every time." And that is so true. Sometimes it's just about getting that momentum and pushing forward and just never quitting, never stopping. And that's how you win over your competition. Here's a fun fact I got from the interweb. A Chinese construction company built a 30-story hotel in 15 days. The hotel is energy efficient, has air 20 times cleaner than comparable hotels, and can withstand earthquakes up to magnitude 9. Now, I watched the video of how they did this. Everything was prefabbed.
Yes.
It was all prefabbed and then constructed in place. Mm-hmm. But it's still amazing to completely, build a 30-story hotel in like 2 weeks.
Oh, the logistics to have everything line up when you land those big Lego blocks on top of each other is a lot of planning.
A lot of planning, a lot of people and with their eyes on that project going forward. But anyway, today we're going to be talking about infill homes.
Yes.
And Andrew, maybe people don't know what an infill home is. Maybe you can help us out with that.
So when most people think of an infill home, they're thinking of an infill home in a mature neighborhood.
Okay.
Because you do get into the funny thing where an infill home is a home in between two other occupied homes, which you can get in a new neighborhood.
Right.
You can have 2 homes on either side and people moved in a week ago and you're building the home in between. That is an infill project, even though it's in a new neighborhood and people don't consider it an infill home. Mm-hmm. So when you hear the term infill home on the news or in the paper or for building or anything like that, they're referring to an infill home in a mature neighborhood.
Okay.
Where you're building in between, or we're building in an area that's been around for a while, or tearing down an older house, or for some reason you found a vacant lot that's been there for 30 years. And there's neighbors on either side that have been there for a long time. So that's what we talk about when we say, what is an infill home?
Okay. Now, how did you get started building infill properties?
I got started in that because of basically lack of options. So a lot of the new neighborhoods that you go into are closed off to the builder group in that area.
Okay.
So what the developer does typically is they have their 100 or however many 100 lots they've got available, and they say, we want builders that are going to put up a show home and commit to buying 30 lots, and we want you to buy 5 of the lots right off the start.
Okay.
So you're buying a lot, you're building a home as a show home, and then you're committing to buying other lots. So obviously that's very cash heavy. Mm-hmm. Which does not help smaller builders out or people that have less than a few $1 million just lying around there. And what the builders do, they say, yeah, for sure, we'll put up a show home. We'll commit to buying the lots that you want, but it needs to be a closed area. I'm not putting out all this money, all of this overhead for you to sell to Andrew. Mm-hmm. I don't want Andrew building a home in this area. I don't want to have to compete with him because he doesn't have to put up anything and I have to put up all of this. So then the development is closed. So you'll have, 5 show homes, and if you want to build on lot 36, if it's not sold to one of those other builders, you have to pick one of those 5 builders to build with. So if you're a smaller builder or a new builder, you are very limited. There's a few developments. Windermere has some that are open to anyone, where anyone can come and buy a lot and build in it. But infill market is open to everyone. Someone selling their house, they don't care if the biggest builder in Canada buys it or some first time accountant that wants to be a builder.
Right.
They don't care. They're selling their house. They get the money they want for it. They move out. They don't care.
Perfect. So just a question for you, because you've been doing this for a while. How many infill homes are people putting on these rezoned lots?
So we're getting a lot rezoned. The city's really pushing for infill homes. They don't want the urban spread. They don't want to have to put the infrastructure in, the roads, everything like that. Mm-hmm. They would prefer people to live on more congested areas. And so they're really pushing for it. They're making it really easy for rezoning. So if you've got a 50-foot or 55-foot wide lot, 120 some feet long, in a mature neighborhood, you automatically qualify for rezoning. So you can have it rezoned, you can put a duplex, you can subdivide it for a skinny home. And what they're pushing for now is legal basement suites. So you can add more. So you can you can take a regular house, you can put a duplex on it, so there's 2 upstairs, and then you put a living suite in both of them, and there's 2 downstairs. Other ones you can do single family, and then you can put a garden suite at the back, which is a garage with a living suite, a legal living suite above. The main concern that the city has for all of this is parking. Can you accommodate the parking?
Right.
You want to do a duplex with legal basement suites, you have to have the ability to park 4 vehicles in the back. Either all of them in a garage, some of them in a garage, and some of them on a pad. They very rarely take into account anything for street parking. That was the major concern with people living in established areas, is parking. People don't want to come home from work and not be able to park in front of their house.
Yeah.
They, like in a mature neighborhood, that's usually not an issue. New neighborhoods, you drive through, Twilliger Town, you'll never find an empty spot on the street. Well, it doesn't matter whose house, it could be in front of your house, it doesn't matter, you'll never find one. And that's what they're trying to avoid. You can also get corner lots, which you can get divided if you apply for it into 4. So you put a 4-plex or a 3-plex on a corner lot that's larger, and that's a great thing to go for.
Yeah, wow. So there's a lot of options.
Yes.
For home infill home building within the city. Now, who builds these infill homes? What kind of people are doing this?
So there are almost 400 home builders in the Edmonton and surrounding area, and most people can name 5, maybe 6. So there's 300 and some small home builders that are building on these infill homes. Some of these home builders, mind you, registered as a home builder to build their home, and then they're done. But most of them are small. Most of the infill homes now are built by small builders. So people that are doing 1 or 2 people that are building it as investment properties. And for the background on people building infill homes, there are, I know an esthetician that's / builder, real estate agents, I know accountants, someone driving for UPS, someone driving for Coca-Cola, plumbers, framers, pretty much anybody is getting into the infill market.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's pretty wide open. You just have to have the investment and be able to go for it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what are the benefits of building an infill home?
Well, a lot of them are usually a little bit easier to sell if you can get them on price point, because you're in a desirable area. You're close to the university, you're close to Nate Grant McHugh, and close to downtown, close to LRT access. Right? You're building something that's an easier commute for the homeowner to work, because obviously all of the new neighborhoods, barring Griesbach, some of the infill, the Brewery District, the city center airport, all those newer developments are on the outskirts of town.
Right.
So you've got a decent travel time into downtown. It doesn't matter which way you go in the city. New neighborhoods, you've got a good commute in if you're living downtown. So the appeal to infill homes is you're closer commute, you're closer to amenities, you're closer to malls, you're closer to shopping centers, everything like that. And it's an established neighborhood. You normally have nice trees, nice landscaping, like it's a decent area.
Nice. Now, are infill properties better for small builders or large volume builders?
It's really good for smaller builders. Like I said, for the competition value is, little Mary selling her house down the street doesn't care who buys it, and she's not going to give a discount to a large volume builder out of Toronto versus you. She wants $400,000 for her house. She's going to sell it for $400,000.
Yeah.
If you offer her $400,000 and a big builder offers her $350,000, you're getting it.
Yeah.
So that makes it a lot easier for smaller builders to compete. And smaller builders don't have a lot of volume on the go, so it's easier for them to be hands-on in managing and able to work with the unique situation that infill homes are. That being said, larger builders are moving into that development, and it takes a special project manager to do an infill with a custom. It's not the same as managing, 100 cookie cutter homes. It's very unique. It takes it takes a different skill set to do. And there are some larger builders that have those people on staff, and they do an incredible job.
Very nice. So there's opportunity out there for the smaller builders,
Yes.
which is great. Now, are infill builders or investors usually knowledgeable about home building?
No, no, a lot of them are not. A lot of them, like I said, are coming out of a background that is not construction based. So they've got the money to fund it, they've got the money to build it, and that's what the banks look for. That's what new home warranty. That's what people look for is, do you have the money to do it? And if the answer is yes, then they're setting out on foot.
And there you go.
Yeah, so that's where you get into a lot of issues, and that's part of the reason behind QualityConnect is we want these people. We want these people to use our services. We want these people to use our site. We're here with an amazing network of good quality trades and tradespeople to help these people get their homes built properly, to help them get built on budget, on timeline. Just because these people don't have a background in the home building industry, it doesn't mean that they're trying to build a shady product.
Right.
Lack of knowledge does not mean you're a shady builder trying to slide something past. It just means you might not know what you don't know.
Yeah.
And that's why we're here, is to help these people out, to help them get a good quality product, help their one build turn into 4 or 5. You want to be home builders, got a great set of trades. You build the home properly on budget, you sell it to make some money. Next year you do 2, then 4, then 8, and then all of a sudden you've got a very successful home building company, and the knowledge comes.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Andrew. That was a great section on the benefits of infill housing. And if you guys like this, please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, and we'd love to get to them. So for Andrew and myself, thank you so much for dropping by, and we will catch you next time.